Hey guys, it's Peyton and today I'm starting off a 24-hour reading vlog. I have not done one of these in so long, honestly, since getting a full-time job a year ago. I just haven't made time to do things like this on the weekends, and I have a 4-day weekend, so I'm super excited about that. If you can't tell, I have boxes here. I am moving out of my apartment for a new one. It's gonna be a bigger space than what I have now currently, so I'm super excited. But yeah, I'm in the crazy moving stages, so anything behind me that might look crazy, that's the reason why. It's late at night. It's 11:35 right now at night, and I'm ready to start a 24-hour reading vlog, okay? Like, I'm super excited. I have not been prioritizing reading as much as I would like to. I read pretty much before bed every night, maybe 30 minutes to an hour until I fall asleep. And I'm usually just itching to keep reading whatever book I'm on. But you know, with life, and I've been trying to go to the gym and cooking life things. So I'm not the one cooking, my boyfriend's the one cooking. I clean it up, okay? It just ends up not happening. You know, not as much as I would like to, or at least how much I was doing so in the past. So this is super exciting. Obviously need to do moving things, and it's kind of embarrassing because I never even did like an official library tour for you guys. And now all my books are mostly in these boxes right now. So you're not even really going to ever see the full glory that it was at. I think I am gonna do some sort of moving vlog situation of me setting up my new library. There's just gonna be more opportunities in general for me to have more bookshelves. That's kind of been the issue with this apartment, is I've ran out of places to put bookshelves, and I have a lot of books. Like, unfortunately, I'm always going to have a lot of books. That's just gonna be my life. I need to have space as much as possible for bookshelves. So I'm super excited for that apartment. It's a lot nicer and like cuter looking than my current one because it was just built more recently, a couple years ago. So things are just matching my aesthetic a little bit more, and I'm very excited. But it is bittersweet to leave this apartment because it was really nice, you know, for the year that we had it. 15 months. We've had this for 15 months, and we have some issues. We definitely have some issues, but I won't get into them here because it's kind of traumatizing. But let's get into what I'm going to be reading during this 24-hour readathon. I am probably going to start as soon as I finish this clip, even if it's not midnight yet. I make the rules, you know, I'm ready to start reading now. I took a 3.5-hour nap after work today. Oh my god, I'm not usually able to take naps, so I don't know what happened to me, but I'm energized to read and stay up late tonight reading, so we'll see how long I last. Let me pull up what I've been reading, because I've been having so much fun reading what I've been reading, okay? So I've been reading Tell Me It's Right, yeah, by Katie Wismer. This is a small town, like beachside romance, and I've been really into like small town vibes. That's usually what I personally write about and enjoy reading about, so here I am. But I've read Katie Wismer's books before. I've read books 1 through 3 of the Marionette series, and those are really fun vampire and witchy books, and I have yet to read the last one, and honestly I feel like I should reread the first 3 and finally read the conclusion, because I just forget things that happen if it's been too long. So I'm reading this. She has a YouTube channel that I love to watch, and I've been following her for years. But I really enjoy her books as well, and this is some of her latest releases, is these small town romances. She's gonna have several of them, and there's 2 currently out. So I'm like 169 pages into this first one, and it's about 400 pages long. So I'm like about halfway. And I've been eating this book up. I've been reading it over the past couple days, and I really would love to complete this. This is the first priority. The main guy, Liam, he owns a tattoo shop. He is a tattoo artist, and he has his own little shop business. It's not doing the best money-wise, so he kind of needs a little bit of help. So in comes his best friend's little sister. They grew up together. She just graduated from college, and she's been really struggling to get a job after college, which I feel like super relatable. It was really difficult to nail down a job, and I luckily was able to do it fairly quickly, but there was definitely like a lot of pain in trying to get a job after graduating college because so many of the jobs were entry level and yet required 5 years of experience. And this is something that the main character Gracie like completely acknowledged. And I'm just like, that's so real. Like, this is the honest experience is you get out of college and you realize you just did all of this work to get these credits, the experience that you've been needing, and then boom, you don't have experience. So difficult, grateful that I was able to get something lined up for myself, so thank goodness. But yes, so it's a small town brother's best friend romance, and I really am enjoying it. I was very surprised to see that the main character Gracie does have migraines. So she had a migraine attack and Liam was really good about it, and I have chronic migraines. So this was really fun. Well, not fun. It was not fun to see, but I really appreciate things like that. And how that you just can't plan for them. It's something that just happens to you. And he handled it so well. So Liam's really got me right now. I'm not gonna lie, Liam's really got me. So I'm gonna finish this, but there is a sequel called Tell Me It's Wrong. And you can read these, you know, not in the same order, but it's following another character, well, two characters that we have met so far in this book. And I just love a series that does it. I love an interconnected small town series. So the thought is I might go and read that. That might be something I read during this 24 hours, but I'm not sure. I'm not fully positive. I do have an audiobook. I always want to have an audiobook when I'm doing one of these things. And I unfortunately have packed up most of my books. And what I was really wanting to read for the readathon is probably a thriller, because thrillers really get me wrapped up. Like, I want to keep reading them. And it's something super easy for me to read in one day usually. The one I was thinking of was The Ghostwriter by Julie Clark. I just got this for Book of the Month, and it sounds really interesting. Unfortunately, the standard edition that I saw at Barnes & Noble has these really cool sprayed edges. So if I end up really liking this book, I might go get that and, you know, sell this one or something. But this one follows a girl whose dad, he has a whole scandal around him when he was a teenager, I think. His siblings all died in this house, and he was like the last survivor, and throughout his life people have had a lot of theories that maybe he was behind their deaths. You know, that sucks. If it's not true, that definitely sucks. But if it is true, I'm curious, like, what's going on here? And he later in life ended up being a horror writer to the same level of like Stephen King. I read like a few pages, and that's kind of what they were giving us here. And for whatever reason, her dad wants her to ghostwrite the last book of his. And this book is going to be him breaking 50 years of silence about what really happens that night in 1975. So that sounds really, really fascinating to me. Something that I could probably read really quickly, but I don't have the audiobook, and that's what I would have preferred, because I am a slow reader. I am a slow reader, and those things can help speed it up for me if I'm like, you know, reading it along with it. But the other option, there's an audiobook I'm interested in that I just downloaded from the library. It's called Victorian Psycho. I don't remember what the author's name is, but I'll put it on the screen. I almost bought this at the bookstore the other day. I'd never heard of it, but the cover just really, you know, it's a good cover. It got me. And I'm currently writing a ghost horror novel. So I'm always trying to find, you know, ghost-related horror novels, especially adult ghost-related horror novels. So if you have any recommendations, especially for like new adult age characters, people that are like in college or freshly graduated from college, that's kind of what I'm looking for, so I can keep reading things that are similar to what I'm writing. This one, I believe, has some sort of ghost haunting situation. I think she's a nanny to some kids and some weird shit is going down. That's really all that I remember about this one, but it's a 5-hour audiobook. I think that's perfect for a 24-hour readathon. Like, I listen to books usually on 2x speed, so I think that could really be something I listen to throughout the day if I'm doing other things like cleaning or whatever. Yes, those are the options currently. I think romance and thrillers are probably the two things that I could read the quickest. The one I just mentioned is a horror. But horrors, same thing. Like those just get me with a lot of suspense and I just can't help but turn the pages. Like I just get really locked in. I'm excited for this TBR. I'm excited to read a whole bunch. I've been really stressed and anxious lately. Like my job, I've been doing a lot for my job the last couple weeks. It's just been a bit overwhelming. So I'm excited to turn my brain off a little bit. Yes, I'm packing and I'm stressed about that, but I'm excited to turn my brain off a little bit for that. I'm gonna read in my bed. I have one of those really cool Kindle holders with the remote so I can read while laying down. Best thing ever, especially with chronic illness. My hands hurt really bad sometimes, so it's helpful. Those things are really helpful for me. Books have been, you know, heavy for me recently as things have progressed, so it's been helpful to, especially with really big books, to read them on my Kindle. Hey everyone, it is the next morning. I did start reading at midnight, like perfectly at midnight, and I read till 4 a.m. You would think, Peyton, oh, you probably finished the book. I'm a slow reader, so no, I did not finish the book. I came fairly close though. We're talking about Tell Me It's Right by Katie Wismer. Okay, Jolie. You don't have to beat up the ottoman. So I'm on page 323 and there is 408 pages. So I got about like 80-ish pages left. I honestly could not stop reading it last night. Like I'm giggling, I'm cackling, I'm gasping. Like the drama in this book is so good. The romance is so fun. Like the actual tension and connection between them, I feel like it's done really well. I also appreciate that the main character, Gracie, like she is flawed. And I did see some reviews, like some people being like, oh, she was just so annoying. But I don't feel that way. Like she has done some decisions that I probably wouldn't have done, you know. I'm not a fan of lying, you know. I don't really lie very frequently, you know, because that just causes you way more freaking problems than if you just go ahead and tell the truth. She is learning that, you know, that's one of the things that kind of draws some conflict toward the end. But like the reason that she lied is understandable. But still, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done it, just be honest. The tension and the relationship between them, I think what makes these books good, a lot of romances that I end up like really loving, is when it follows both of their perspectives. This can be scary though when you get in the male perspective and anything sexual happens, you know, it can be a little scary. And, you know, I'm not the biggest like smut reader. I'm not reading books for that specifically. But if I really enjoy the characters and their connection, like yes, obviously want that to happen for them, you know. So I enjoyed the scenes that we got. And now I'm like towards the end, like things are wrapping up. We finally are putting to a close, but there's some questions left and I'm really excited to see how this closes up. So that's what I'm going to read. It's 11:30 right now. I just rolled out of bed at 11. I did not sleep well, because I have to take a sleepy pill to go to sleep, because I have insomnia and I didn't take it until 4 a.m. last night. And then my body was aching, so I just was struggling to sleep. And then, you know, I woke up at 11, but I was awake, you know. I was just laying there hoping that I would fall asleep, but no. So now I'm just ready to start reading. I'm gonna eat some oatmeal or something because I'm hungry. I'm pretty freaking hungry. But yeah, the first thing to do today is to finish this book up. And then I'm going to see how I feel. Do I want to go in and immediately read Tell Me It's Wrong, which is the other book in this series? Someone just knocked on my door. Or my neighbor's door. That's so scary. What did I do? So we're going to wrap it up. Sorry, I get really scared. I get really scared when people show up because I'm an anxious little bean. But yeah, I'm going to read Tell Me It's Wrong. Potentially after I finish this. And hopefully no one comes and murders me. Yeah. See you later. guys, it's about 2 p.m. I finally have sat down for lunch. I just ate 2 vegan corn dogs. I recommend those. Those are so good. I did finish Tell Me It's Right, and I just started Tell Me It's Wrong. I honestly gave this book a 5 stars. Also, I'm sorry if the air vent is like super loud. I don't usually film over here, but whatever. I gave it 5 stars. I wasn't expecting to give it 5 stars because, you know, it's just harder and harder the more romances I read to give me something that feels different, or, you know, I just have to really connect with the characters, and for whatever reason I really did with this one, and that's why it just makes me want to immediately jump in to Tell Me It's Wrong. This one's like a little bit shorter, and it follows 2 characters that I already know from the first one. So, you know, I feel like I should ride that wave and try to read all day and see if I can finish that one as well. I'm a slow reader, as we know, so I'm working on it. I did finally go shower and I feel better. I might go to the gym later today. That's why I got this outfit on. Like, maybe I will go, but we don't know. If I do, when I do go to the gym, I listen to audiobooks usually. I did start the Victorian Psycho audiobook while I was like getting dressed and everything. I don't know how I feel about it so far because it's very different than like the vibe that I'm reading right now with these beachy romances. And by the way, I forgot to ever make it really clear that Gracie was offered a job by Liam because she was struggling to find a job, and he needs someone to make his tattoo shop profitable. So he's been kind of struggling. She's really good with like web design and graphic design and marketing. So it was kind of like a collaboration, and, you know, they work together every day. They've known each other for years. Naturally, stuff starts blooming between them, but I just really enjoyed it. Yeah, I mean, I had all the feelings while reading that book, and I enjoyed both characters individually and like together. So I'm excited to read this one because this one just came out, I believe, in April, and just knowing me with the momentum of me reading series, I need to read them immediately. Because it can take a while for me to come back because there's just so many things I want to read in this world. So right now, that's what I think the direction I'm going to. I'm going to eat some of my berries. I love fruit. So I'm going to eat my berries and dive in because really I'm on page 3. So nothing really crazy, but I'm already into it because it kind of, these characters, it left off on something in the first one where something is like happening, for at least for the main character, Christine. A big life change is happening for her. This one is a single mom romance. She's older than him. I don't know how old he is. He should be around the main character's age from last book, so he might be like 23, and I think she just said she's 32. So there's an age gap. And usually when you see those, it's like gender reversed. The man is older, the woman is younger. So I think this is fun. I don't really read age gap romances. So here we are. I'm trying out new things. I'm excited. Yeah, my slow reader ass. We'll see if I can finish this today. That's the main goal. And then, you know, in between, if I start packing today and whatever, I'm gonna see what I can do with Victorian Psycho. But I'm on like chapter 2 or 3, and I was already getting confused. I don't know if my brain is just not in it right now to listen to an audiobook. Sometimes that's just the case, but I will keep trying throughout the day whenever I do other things that I can't like physically hold a book while doing it. So that's the update for now. I'm having a good time. Like, this felt really nice. I've been working so hard on my job, the book I'm writing. I haven't really fully got to read, and I really miss it. And yeah, I stayed up so late last night and I didn't sleep well. And yet I'm energized because I'm doing something fun for myself. So I feel good. I'm happy.
Open air, side by side we sway there in all the colors. Some love, lonesome dove, folded on the lawn chair.
Hey, so it's been a couple days. I was fully invested, okay? I was reading. I locked in and I finished Let's Get This Wrong by Katie Wismer. I did finish it about like at 11 p.m., so the day was pretty much gone. I didn't listen to any more Victorian Psycho. Honestly, don't think my brain was in it because I was fully in the small town romance like vibe. Like that's all I cared about, and I really was eating it up. I really enjoyed these, so I really recommend y'all trying these out because there's gonna be more, and they're on Kindle Unlimited, so if you have that, that helps. That definitely helps me. So I did give this one a 3.5 stars, still really enjoyed it. It just ended up taking like a turn that I wasn't fully prepared for, and I'm probably not the right person, you know? And I don't think everybody would not enjoy how this happened. I just wasn't into it as much. The actual chemistry and the character interactions really enjoyed. It was more of like a plot based thing, and there was just a side character that honestly really annoyed me. So I didn't love the introduction of them, if I'm being quite honest. So that kind of took away a little bit from the actual romance of it for me. Really, really well done with character interactions. I can see some sprinkles of some other couples that might be occurring in this small town romance series. And I had such a good time. I just think these are so easy to fly through, and yeah, it has some hard topics in there too. So it's not just all fluff and happiness. There's definitely some big downer moments where the characters are really grappling with things more than just the romance, you know? So I enjoyed that. That's the type of romance that I enjoy, is, you know, where they really just feel like humans and you can enjoy both humans separately. And that's why these were so good, because I really do tend to enjoy the ones that have both character POVs, so I can get to know them on a personal level and also together. So had a lot of fun with these. 24-hour readathon. I read 2 books. If we want to get super technical, it was a book and a half. Okay. But I haven't done something like that in a million years, and it was just such a breath of fresh air. Today's Monday, so I'm back to work. But this 4-day weekend was so nice for me. I started it off with that, and it was just such a nice way for me to relax and turn my brain off and just fully immerse myself into a piece of entertainment. So I am super happy that I did this and recommend these. And if you have any small town romance recommendations, I would be glad to take them, whether they're just fully contemporary or if they have a magical twist, because I love a magical twist. I will see y'all again. If you want to see me do another 24-hour readathon, again, I will, because this was fun, and I feel like it's something that I need to do for myself. Mentally, I need to be able to read all day sometimes. It just recharges my creative soul. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like it. It really helps get other people to see this video as well, so I would really appreciate that. And if you enjoyed what you saw, subscribe, because I always am talking about books, whether it's the ones I'm reading or the ones that I'm writing. So would love to have you here. Okay, I'll see you later. Goodbye.
Open air, side by side we sway there in all the colors.